Well, guys, we actually have some appalling and disgusting news to go over. We're still living in the crazy times, folks. Yes, wokeness is dying, but it has not been eradicated. And in certain pockets, it probably won't be eradicated. I'm just keeping it real, man. If you are in a state like California, Oregon, or Washington, namely in the Seattle area, it may be a lost cause. It just may be a lost cause. People in these states are definitely going to have to change their voting habits. These people out there actually vote for their own demise, but they don't realize it until it actually hits them in the face. Now, I've talked about on the sports channel about the trans invasion of sports, and these people say, okay, I don't really care if a male actually wants to play in female sports. It's not affecting me until it actually affects you. This is why you need to change voting habits. Common sense, man, needs to thrive once again. But apparently, common sense is not thriving, especially in these super duper blue states. Folks, this transgender thing, man, has really gotten out of control. Now, what we're going to be talking about here is actually a Korean Christian spa that's only for women. You know, actual women, chromosomes, all that stuff. Yeah. Well, guess what? A transgender wanted access to this women's only spa. And in these spas, these women are nude. Now, a common sense thinking person would say, no, we can't let you in. You're a male. You have male parts. You have a penis. And we also have young teenage girls in there. No, you can't be in here. Now, that is what would be said if we were actually living in a sane world and if Washington State was a sane state, if the Seattle area was a sane area. But it's not. Guess what, folks? A woke judge has ruled that this Christian spa must allow transgenders, males, fully intact, to be nude in front of little girls. I'm not making this up, guys. Let's get into it. Right over here. Korean Christian women's only nude spa in Washington State must allow non-biological women, aka males, to bathe naked with girls as young as 13. This is from a federal court. Now, really, guys, this is really a Clinton-appointed judge here. This is astonishing, folks. So I'm going to jump over here, and we're actually going to get into what this judge actually said in November. You guys are going to be astonished by this comparison anyway. She's essentially saying this is akin to Jim Crow. Really? Let's read some of this, guys. Ninth Circuit bars Christian-owned Korean spa from excluding trans women. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled on Thursday that a Christian-owned traditional women-only Korean spa in Washington can't sue the state on the First Amendment grounds for forcing it to open its doors to transgender women. Quote, we first conclude that the spa's religious expression is only incidentally burdened, wrote U.S. Circuit Judge Margaret McCowan, a Bill Clinton appointee, in their opinion. The judge suggested that the spa may have other legal options in its desire to remain reserved for biological women. Quote, we are not unmindful of the concerns and beliefs raised by the spa, she wrote. Indeed, the spa may have other avenues to challenge the enforcement action. But whatever recourse it may have, that relief cannot come from the First Amendment. The ruling spurred in especially bitter dissent from the Korean-born circuit judge Kenneth Lee, a Donald Trump appointee. Quote, the spa has maintained its entry policy for over 20 years without complaint. Yeah, 20 years ago, we were a saner country. Lee wrote in his dissent. But when one person complained about the policy in early 2020, the government pounced. He added that the regulatory agency that ordered the spa to include transgender women had wielded its power to advance its own political agenda. Lee also suggested that the law had at least the effect of discriminating against Asian Americans, a group that in the state has historically lacked political clout. And there's actually 2 locations of this spa. One is actually in Tacoma, and I can't remember where the other one is. But it's absolutely ridiculous, man, that now all of a sudden that males must be allowed in there. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, we need to be a sane country again. Why in the world, and this is the person right here, guys, why in the world would you allow this male nude, full male genitalia, swimming and bathing with 13-year-old girls? Why would you actually allow that? A private business had no problems for close to 20 years. But in 2020, of course, the world lost its mind. And wokeness really took over. The trans invasion took over. And now you got federal judges saying, nah, let him in. Look over here. This is what this woke judge said back in November. Judge claims female-only Olympus spa is akin to white-only business. Really? Wow. Look here. It says in a puzzling and offensive exchange, a Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals judge likened a female-only Olympus spa policy to a whites-only policy. The remark was made during a federal appeals court hearing in which Olympus Spa is challenging the state of Washington for mandating the admission of transgender women, biological men, in a spa via the Washington Human Rights Commission. Olympus Spa is a traditional Korean spa with locations in Tacoma and Linwood that operates under a female-only policy restricting transgender women unless they have gone through post-operative sex confirmation surgery, according to court documents. The spa cites the rule as essential for the safety, legal protection, and well-being of our customers. Actually, you know what? I don't think they go far enough. I believe only if you were actually born a woman, a female, I should say, should you actually be allowed in there. But anyway, the policy is based on the owner's Christian values that demand modesty as between the sexes and that a male and female should not ordinarily be in each other's presence while in the nude unless married to each other. The spa attracts deeply religious customers. It also has employees who refuse to perform massages or body scrubs on naked men. But Judge M. Margaret McCowan appeared skeptical of a female-only admissions policy. This is what she said, quote, "If you have a law that says white applicants only, this is biological women interests only, it seems to me they're quite parallel there. And you can't have white people only come to my restaurant and then you say, well, no, we have a religious, spiritual nature to our restaurant. And when you get there, we serve you special food. This seems quite different." Man, this is crazy. Guys, I go to the gym 4 times a week. And when I actually go to the locker room, on the door, it actually says men. There's actually interest for women too. So a bathroom sign's discriminatory? This judge is out of her mind, man. Out of her mind. This business has been around for 20 years. And now we got courts that want to endanger children. Really? This is crazy, man. I say get out of Washington State, man. Definitely get out to Seattle area. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.